to face. Got it tuned to the right frequency. It's just love. I don't wanna miss that way.
Hi, my name is Denise, and I'm the contributing editor for a book of .us. And right now, we are joined by singer, actor, record producer, all-around talented guy, James Reid. Yay!
Hey, what's up? A book of. Thank you for having me.
Anyway, so how are you? What were you doing before this interview?
Right before this interview, I just signed a new artist.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
we had a contract signing just earlier.
Wow, busy chairman.
I can't say
Okay.
who it is, but we haven't announced it yet. But once we announce it, let
Okay.
me know.
So okay, let me know when it's okay to announce it. Okay, so at what age did you realize that you wanted to sing and you're capable of doing so?
Maybe when I was like, I'd say 12, 13. Because I used to play guitar when I was younger, and I learned to play guitar by playing a lot of Jack Johnson and John Mayer songs.
Oh,
So then I would start singing along to those songs, but then I was too shy to sing in front of anyone. And it wasn't until I went into Big Brother, the reality TV show, where I was kind of forced to sing. I was so nervous. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be terrible. But then everyone was like, hey, you have a really good voice. And I was like, yo, shut up. Like, don't play with me. And then yeah, that kind of was the start of it. And then after I won the show, I continued singing, and then I was like, yeah, this is something I can see myself doing.
so you sang Banana Pancake.
That was the first song I learned on guitar.
Ah, awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. Okay, so do you remember like the first album that you bought that like religiously you kept on playing that it made it your like influence now? Okay, I wanna do music.
Yeah, it was Daft Punk Discovery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is more like French electronic, French house.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like also the first poster I ever had on my wall when I was a kid. And I really loved, that electronic sound and those robotic voices and just that like kind of funky feel.
Yeah.
But like singing wise, I remember I didn't buy the album, my brother did. And I kept listening to it over and over again, was Mario.
Oh.
And it's like, you should let me love you. That album. I remember I listened to that over and over again.
So that kind of influenced you
That's
too.
kind of what started the R&B. Yeah.
Okay. So okay. It's kind of inevitable not to ask you some, showbiz questions, but I mean like not like intriguing ones. But I mean, you became a household name here in the Philippines because of acting, no? So I mean, like, what made you decide to enter like the PBB, like the entire crazy jungle of show business in the Philippines?
What made me decide to join like PBB? Well, I had just moved to the Philippines, and I was only here for about 2 months, and I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any friends here yet. So a talent scout saw me just walking down the street, and then he met me and my dad and was like, you should come to ABS and you'll meet more people like you. So you might make friends. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So I went there, and then I ended up auditioning for Big Brother. I didn't even know what the show was. They just said reality TV show. So and then they wanted me to be in it. And my dad, I was like, no, there's no way I can do TV. And that was just daring me, like, yo, you should just do it. So he agreed for me. Wasn't exactly my choice. And then, I kind of did not expect to win the show. And then what would happen afterwards, which was like the performing, going into acting. So I kind of just like tripped into it and then, you know, fell in the deep end, and I just kind of learned how to swim.
Deep end. Okay,
Yeah.
speaking of deep end, like we know that showbiz, of course, here showbiz in the Philippines opens so many doors, but and you know it has its advantages, of course. But what's the least favorite? What's your least favorite about showbiz?
Least favorite about showbiz?
Yeah.
It's, man, there's so many things to not like about showbiz. So
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time not just picking one.
Okay, give me two. Give me two then.
Yeah, no, definitely the privacy thing. That's a huge one.
Yeah.
Especially like, you know, coming from Australia, I wasn't used to how closely knit a lot of communities are in the Philippines.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just wasn't used to it. But yeah, the lack of privacy was definitely one I had to get used to.
Mhm.
And then I would just stop telling people about my personal life. And then yeah, the other one is just like a lot of the noise, like
Mhm.
the random stories that people make. And you know, with the rise of social media, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse.
The disinformation, crazy.
Yeah, the misinformation, the fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So at what point in, because I mean, of course, you were doing great. You were doing awesome in your showbiz career. But at what point when you finally decided that, okay, because it's pretty obvious that music is your number one, you know, it's your passion. So at what point in your career you decided to, okay, I'll set aside acting first and here, I'll be focusing on music now?
It was somewhere in like early 2017 or
Hmm.
late 2016. I started just making songs for fun.
Yeah.
So I released a couple of albums already, songs I didn't write. And you know, it was, you know, the sound that was popular in the Philippines at the time.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of covers, which was also very popular. Not much original music actually.
Yeah.
And then I started writing songs for fun
Mm.
with a friend of mine, Paulo Chungson, and you know, we were really going into like into a lot of R&B, hip hop stuff.
Mm.
Um, and I was just making these songs for fun, kind of like R&B, electronic, you know, pop songs. And we were just making it for fun. I wasn't trying to make an album. I wasn't planning on releasing them. That was my first album, so Palm Dreams, which came out in 2017.
Uh-huh.
And that was all original songs written by me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know, I didn't expect it to do so well, but yeah, I think it really changed everyone's like perception of me.
Yes.
From what I was doing before, and
Yes.
you know, seeing me as an artist, because that's kind of what I struggled with. Being famous, really famous for no reason. It was like
What?
Big Brother was not,
Dude, you have like several reasons for you to be popular. I can name a few.
Hear me out. So I rose to fame so quickly and not even knowing why. There wasn't any particular skill that, you know, I was you know, that I had mastered or that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And then I later discovered it was music. And it was kind of like, for me, you know, I was already, you know, so famous, but I couldn't understand what for. So I was kind of trying to find that thing that's like, this is my craft. This is the thing that I'm dedicated to, that I really work on and I work hard at. And music was that for me.
Good. Thank you for switching to music, because I am a fan of your music. I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of your acting, but music. Anyway, so you created Careless music. Is it Careless music or just Careless now? Careless music.
You can call it Careless
Okay.
music.
All right. So what's your favorite thing about creating that record label, and as a chairman, like how would you describe the talents under your record label?
Well, first of all, the greatest thing about starting the label and starting to do everything ourselves, from creating the music to promoting it and doing the shows and managing artists, was that we could do it our way.
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for a long time already before I started the label, and there was just so many things where I felt that the artists aren't really put first, given that it's a business. But I mean, at the time I didn't understand that. Being an artist, I was like, we don't have the freedom to do this. You know, we have to always compromise on this. And then me starting the music label, we did exactly what we wanted to do. And I quickly realized that there's also the business aspect of it. Being able to do what you want, you're going to sacrifice on your ability to make a living.
Yeah.
So it's always this constant balance of being authentic to your music and also creating a career for yourselves and a career for the artists that are signed to you.
Yeah.
So it's always this constant battle of staying true to your art and being authentic, and also finding ways to monetize that. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot just from being the founder and chairman of the company. Yeah, it's great to be able to give the same opportunities that I had as an artist to the artists that I'm signing. And I think you asked earlier, like, how do I describe the artists that I sign?
Yeah, your roster. I mean, how if there's like a few words to describe your roster, what would it be? And like for an aspiring musician, like what does it take in order for that someone to be under Careless Music?
What does it take?
Can sing,
Honestly, I
of
haven't,
course.
I haven't, I haven't really figured that out. Like, because some of the artists are like very experienced singers, and I have technically amazing singers,
Yeah.
and some of them also aren't. Some of them are able to produce their own songs, and others can't. But I think at the end of the day, for me, it's just there was something in them when I met them that was like I'm rooting for you, and I don't know why. There was just something about them that was just like they had this quality that was like magnetic, or I can't really explain it. But it's never based off like, I mean, usually it's a given that, yeah, you can sing or you write songs, or, you can perform. But then there's just this other like invaluable like quality about them that just stuck out to me. And I was like, I want to work with you.
Okay. Are people so surprised that you can sing well? Because dude, you can sing well. You can really sing well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sometimes I get surprised.
Talaga?
Yeah. I guess sometimes.
Is there a memorable like comment of a person that said when they finally heard you sing, like, oh my god, you can sing, you can actually sing? Is there like a memorable comment from somebody that made you laugh, or what? Yeah, of course I can.
For a long time, people didn't think I could, and that everything that they heard in the music was just like all automated. It's all processed. It's not.
But dude.
Yeah, I think I performed enough times live where they.
I know. Like,
but
I can I just say that I've been fangirling on Soda for the past few days.
Oh, thank you. It's one of my favorite songs.
It is. It's my favorite song. It's my favorite fucking song. It's really good. I'll ask about Hello 2.0 Legends Only because because you got there, JB from GOT7. Ozzy. How did that happen?
So I recently started working in the past couple of years. I've been working with a new management in the States.
Oh yeah, transparent
Projects
arts label. Yeah.
Transparent Arts. Yeah. They are also formerly known as the Far East Movement.
Yeah.
So they've been helping me out a lot, and they were able to get JB from GOT7 and OZ to feature on the song that I had already released, Hello.
Yeah. I saw the music video. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was no real plan. We were just kind of going with it, and then we sent them the song, and they wrote verses, and they sent it back to me, and I was like, okay, cool. We should shoot a video for this.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah, the original music video I did for Hello was, I don't know, I've done a lot of serious music videos. Yeah, I just wanted to, but there was no plan for that music video either. It was just, get me a bunch of different clothes, let's get a bunch of cameras, and then just like go crazy. Yeah. And then I wanted something similar for the Legends Only remix.
Yeah.
So it was my idea, actually. I was just like, why don't we ask, a bunch of people we know here in the Philippines, a bunch of people they know in Korea, and then in LA and in Taiwan.
Yeah, you got Jay Park. You got Jay Park. You got Suri. You got Vanessa Wu in there. Yeah. There was a lot of people, and like how long did that took? Like, of course, getting all the videos from them. How long did that took to do?
Maybe 3 months.
Oh my gosh!
Like 3 months to get everything together.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people, and it was so many people to coordinate with, and they all like busy as well. A lot of these artists were also with their own stuff, so it took a while to coordinate. But I was just like, hey, you can just do whatever you want. Like, that's why it says directed by everyone, because what you want to do.
It was fun. So yeah, we mentioned earlier that you're under a management in the US, which is Transparent Arts Label. So what made you decide to finally try the music thing in the US?
So Verman, one of the members of Far East Movement, he's actually Filipino, and he was looking for an artist from the Philippines that that he could kind of help out, or that he saw potential in, and would be able to cross over into the US market. And he met me and brought me out to the States to LA in 2020, right before the lockdown, just to meet him and meet with a couple of people. And then we had some plans, but it all got shut down because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was only recently in February this year that I was able to fly out. And they weren't kidding. It was really different out there. I was able to work with so many different producers, meet with a lot of different labels, management teams, work with a lot of different artists. And it was a very eye-opening experience. We made a lot of music, and I'm excited to release, some of these tracks and see where this takes me.
So like music-wise, what are you most excited about the coming months?
I'm excited for a lot of projects that we're working on in Careless. We're signing a lot of artists for this year. I can't really say who just yet, but we are working on like a group project, another Careless mixtape, which is supposed to drop this year, and a lot of tours and live shows.
So going back, do you have plans on continuing your acting career here in the Philippines?
I don't know.
Or is it in an indefinite pause?
It's a pause for now, but I can definitely see myself still doing a show or a movie, when the time is right and with the right project.
Okay. But for now, music first.
For now, music, yeah.
I approve that. So do you have any message to your Filipino fans?
To all the fans, don't worry, like no matter where I go, like I'm always like the Philippines is my home. I'm a Filipino. So yeah, thank you for, you know, supporting me all the way, you know, especially the ones all the way since like the beginning of time in Big Brother. Yeah, and thank you for supporting my dream. Like I really appreciate you guys. And stay tuned. We have a lot of surprises for you still.
Awesome. Okay, a few more questions. Just two more questions. If you were to be a book, what kind of book would you be?
The Alchemist.
Oh, okay. Why? Why?
I like that book. I can relate to it in a way spiritually. So it's I don't know. That book really spoke to me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Reid. I enjoyed talking to you. I love this conversation that we had. This is the longest conversation that I had with you, and I'm so happy that I think I didn't fuck it up.
No, not at all.
Grab your shit, I'm on my way. When work it out, it's just a phase. Got it tuned to the